skills resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Today's meeting is going to be a little different and a special one. We will know why. Without further ado, I would like to call upon the president of our class, Toastmaster Pratim, on the critical stage.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Last time on the stage. They say the past journey is the end. And I can already hear my voice echoing. What a beautiful time it is. Let's take 30 seconds of silence before we commence for world peace. Thank you, everyone. Now, I'm a very emotional person otherwise, but today I won't make it very emotional for you all. I would just take this moment to just go through my journey again as a president. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank everyone. Not just in helping me become the president of SPEAK.LEAD.NETWORK Toastmasters Club at such an early age and giving me such an amazing opportunity, but I would like to thank everyone for helping me. And not helping me explicitly, but just being there implicitly. Coming to each meeting, talking to me, being there for me whenever I needed them. As a backup, as a support, as a guide, or as a mentor. These things where I might feel are just your roles and your responsibilities, but no, you could choose not to do that. You could choose to do your own work. You could choose to just be busy in your life, but you did not do that. Each one of you, be the members of my EC, be it VP Education and VP PR, or our VP membership, or be the members of the club, they never turned back or gave up on me. They were always there. They were always there whenever I needed them to ask anything, to talk about anything, be it a guidance step or a mentoring step, anything, they were always there. So I want to take this opportunity to thank every single member of CDTM. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for making me the president. Thank you, everyone, for supporting me. Thank you, everyone, for making my term as the debutant president with no experience whatsoever. Something which I can call a success. With that being said, I would like to call upon the guest before we can move on further. Today we have guest Sakha with us. Guest Sakha, would you please come up on stage? Tell us who you are, what do you do, and how did you come to about Toastmasters?
I came to know about Toastmasters from my uncle, my Chata. So he told me about Toastmasters. I joined because I have I was recently at a job and I was told that I don't have as good communication skills as I should for so that's why I thought that to improve my communication skills and speak and network with those other things. And I have graduated from NSIT 6 months ago in engineering and so that's it.
Thank you, guest. Not worry, this is the perfect place for you to improve your communication skills. Yes. Yes. Yes, Manisha, will you please come on stage? Tell us who you are, what do you do, and how did you come to know about Toastmasters?
So, I'm Manisha, and currently I'm working with the CSU in the Northfield, and I just wanted to explore what the Toastmasters is all about. And recently I've also faced or whatever an interview in my corporation, and I got the idea that I need to improve my public speaking or stage fear to some extent. So that's why I'm here. Thank you.
Thank you. We have guests Yes, Shelja. Yes, Shelja, will you please come on stage, tell us who you are, what do you do, and how did you come to know Toastmasters?
Hi, very well. Hi, everybody. I'm Shelja Karwal. I'm from Delhi itself. I'm working. I work at Mahindra at a middle level, having good experience though. I'm very keen to know how this model works because I heard a lot about Toastmaster, not in India, internationally too. So it's just the keenness and the curiosity. And really, I mean, I'm very happy to be a part of this group because there's a lot to learn. I mean, from the personality development perspective, from the generation which is coming up, and a lot of learning you can get from this kind of forum. So yeah, I'm very happy to be a part of this, and thank you so much.
Thank you, guys, Shelja. We have a very, very interesting meeting planned for every one of the members today, and for the club, a very essential and a crucial one. Without any further ado, I would now like to move on to the Toastmaster of the day with her theme, your habits one step at a time, your habits one step at a time, Toastmaster Pooja.
One step at a time. Inarguably, one of the wise advice that many of you would have received. Well, a lot of times it happens that, in life, we have so many things going on in our life that we can't decide what to do. We end up doing too many things or going too fast in one direction and then not being able to achieve our targets. Can you all relate to what I'm talking about? Would any one of you would like to share your story or has actually managed to achieve anything, be it hobby, be it any professional success, by following this one single habit, one step at a time, which I feel is one of the very important leadership skills that we all need to have. Yes, Toastmaster Anmol.
Well, since I'm currently trying to be in a competitive examination, I've been trying to get my hands on stenography, which I was not aware about, and personally, I was being a little slow. I used to think, oh, it's gonna happen eventually. I'll just learn the whole book, but it turns out I just need a little bit of habit, which is trying to revise 2 times a day, and basically just try to understand the words. And long and behold, I finished the whole book in 6 months.
Wonderful.
So I was in my hostel in +2, and I was just an average runner in terms of athletics. And I got to hear from my colleague that there will be a cross-country race. Excited about it. But I was barely able to run only 400 meters. I made it a point to wake up every day in the morning and go for run, calculate in roundabout the time that okay, if I take 5 rounds of this particular field, I would be able to cover 4.5 kilometers, something like that. I worked upon that, although I didn't participate well in the cross-country race, but my 100 meters at that time was around 12.5 or 13 seconds. So that made me realize.
Wonderful. So, like I said, one step at a time is a very, very important aspect of a leader. And we have Toastmaster Shivangi here in our club after a very long time. So, Toastmaster Shivangi, any thoughts on this?
Well, since I've been in the executive committee before, so the challenge was that I had been into the position for the first time in any role, and I had never seen the club offline because when I joined the club, it was functioning completely offline, and it was in that term that we had to transition to the offline. So that was the day when I could see myself very confused about how to go about it. So the immediate past president who was guiding me he did not tell me that from starting to the end that this is what needs to be done like this, like this, like this. Like this. What he told me was he started giving me small tasks. The first thing he do when he comes to the room is do this. When I completed the task, I went back to him, and then he told me the next step, and then the next step. So that is how he ensured that I don't get pressurized, and I take things one step at a time.
Lovely. Yes, Shelza, like you said, you work in a corporate.
Yeah,
So,
okay, so, I think, this story applies everywhere.
Yeah.
In order to streamline your life, I would say. I don't remember his name. He just said about that he was change his habit to be a thief. So, these kind of expertise you actually attain when you take small steps. In terms of, let's say, somebody wants to do some, changes in the habit of eating, let's say, and probably the exercise, or in terms of reading, anything for that matter, if you want to achieve, that is the one step you have to take. Probably at an initial stage, it will create a kind of, mess or an uncomfortable or discomfort situation. But after sooner and gradually, if you follow it, probably then I think, that becomes a kind of business as usual. So I think this is very much required.
wonderful. Thank you so much.
So with this, today's meeting is going to be a little special one. It's not our regular meeting. Our usual meetings are about prepared speeches, table topic, and then evaluation. So basically, the evaluation is all about where the evaluator evaluates the table topics and the prepared speeches. But today we have a special meeting because we have an election. Every 6 months, the team changes. So this TC team, Executive Committee, actually helps. They're the foundation of Toastmasters Club, as they all come together and they help the team to run the meeting smoothly. So today we will be having a special meeting and we have a special Toastmaster present here, Toastmaster Shivangi Mittal, who is going to be the election master. So with this, I would like to call upon the election master, Toastmaster Shivangi, on the physical stage.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Well, as Toastmaster Pradyum described some days back, that in Toastmasters, the executive committee is like an engine in a train. An engine is what runs the train, but the train without its cars, that is like the members in a Toastmasters club, is meaningless. So today you all members of the club are here to elect your next EP, who is going to run your club for the next 6 months. We are here to elect them. So cast your vote and choose your next set of leaders. Now, our club, Central Delhi Toastmasters, since it was started back in 2012, has never failed to achieve the distinguished status. And for those of you who are new to the Toastmasters lingo, you rest assured because our club is held in high regard in the Toastmasters world. And today, to continue that legacy forward, we are going to elect the next set of leaders. So the executive committee is a strong leadership team that keeps the enthusiasm of the club going. It is those extra hours that these 7 people put that helps us conduct these meetings. Before you entered the room today, you saw everything in place. The agenda was written here, the equipment were placed, the seats were in order, the lights were turned on. Behind all of these and much more, planning the meeting behind the scenes is where the role of an executive committee works. For any member, Central Delhi Toastmasters is Tuesday 6:45 p.m. to 8:45 p.m. But for an executive committee member, this is a role 7 days a week. So that is your leadership team. Today, I have been entrusted with the responsibility of your election master. I will help you in conducting the election. The next EC will run their office from 1st January 2023 to 30th June 2023. I would like to announce that since we have 15 out of 25 members, we have achieved quorum and now we can begin with the elections process. Before I begin, I would like to briefly explain what the process is going to be for everyone's benefit. For each position, I will open the floor, and anyone of the paid members who is interested in running for that position may nominate themselves from the floor. You will also need someone to second your nomination. If there is a single candidate for any position, the acting secretary will cast one vote on behalf of the entire club in their favor, and they will get elected. If there are more than one people for a single post, then we will have elections. They will give their campaign speeches on why you should elect them, and then you will get to decide who you want in that position. So you get to cast your vote, and any member who gets more than 50% votes will be elected. Next, in order to ensure that an officer is elected, we will also have an installation ceremony where the outgoing officers will be relieved of their responsibilities, and the incoming officers will take an oath as the incoming officer. I hope I've tried to keep it as simple as I could, and if there are any doubts, you please feel free to ask me any questions. I'll be happy to answer any confusions or questions related to the election process. Okay, seeing no objections, we're going to start with the process. So first up, for the position of the president of the club, I am now going to open the floor for nominations for the post of president. Any paid member of the club who is interested may now nominate themselves by a show of hands. I see Toastmasters have raised your hand. Please tell us what. Someone to second her nomination.
I second it.
Okay, seconded, and then also a third nomination. Second. Okay. So do I see any other nominations for the post of president? I will give you a few moments to consider the president's role. Yes, Toastmaster, do you have anything to say?
So I would like to stand for the post of president.
Okay.
I second.
Okay. So Toastmaster Kana wants to stand for the role of president, and we also have Toastmaster Ritvik seconding his nomination.
I have one thing. Since Ritvik has seconded Navya, I noticed he can't second Kana also.
Okay. Okay, so I took your for Navya, I considered you as the second nomination. Okay. So we have Toastmaster Navya and Toastmaster Kanav standing for the role of president. Do we have any third nomination for the role? Okay. Going once, going twice, going 3 times. Okay. Since I see no other nominations, I now close the floor for the post of president. Now both the candidates will give their campaign speeches on why you should elect them. We will store their speeches in the alphabetical order of their surname. So we'll first be hearing from Toastmaster Kanav. Toastmaster Kanav, please join me on stage. Timer to please note that the candidate will only be allowed 2 minutes to tell us, after which the timer will lead the applause.
This one, I have to just say timer, right?
You just have to start the timer when he starts speaking.
And at 2 minutes, I have to just.
At 2 minutes, you can lead the applause, you can start clapping, and that will be an indication for the candidate that their time is up. So,
So, first of all, I wasn't expecting this. I was expecting him to stand up. So, I stand up because I was expecting I'm not getting any votes, but I still stand up because I know that people don't really care after a certain extent. So that's a thing for confidence, and which I would like to give you all. And
thank you, Toastmaster Kanav. We will now hear from Toastmaster Navya. Toastmaster Navya, please join us.
Good evening, everyone. So I would like to nominate myself for the post of president. So I would start by my campaign by sharing my journey with this club. So I have been in this club for more than a year, and when I joined, I was a mentee under Toastmaster Shivangi, and she was a president back then. So I actually, in my initial months, I got to work under the president back then. She taught me about, I was immediately added to the membership department, and she explained me, she guided me, she mentored me about the working of the membership department. Then after the elections last year, so I was elected as the sergeant at arms. For 6 long months, I was sergeant at arms for this club, and I think I gave my 100% in that role. In the midterm elections, I was elected as vice president public relations, and for 3 to 4 months, I was for that post. Then after that, in past 6 months, I have been the vice president education. And why I feel that now is the right time for me to nominate myself for the post of president is that now I am well aware of all the working of the club. I am well aware of all the departments, how each and every single small to small thing works in this club. And I genuinely feel that I can definitely make change because I have seen in this club in different phases. When I joined, it was a different phase. There was a different team member. The complete membership of the club was different. And then gradually with time, the membership changed, the people changed, and the executive committee changed. So I have seen the change of these phases, and I believe that I can continue in making this change. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Navya. So now all the paid members of the club will get 1 vote each, and they get to choose. The ballot sheet will be distributed in the physical room, and for our members in the Zoom room, I would request our tech master to shift the members who are not paid members into a waiting area. And for all the paid members on Zoom, a Zoom poll will be launched. I will request Toastmaster Bijan to tally the.
Please answer box.
Has everyone cast their vote? Okay, I hope everyone has submitted their vote. We will wait till our ballot counter, Toastmaster Bijan, counts all the votes, and we'll wait till the results are announced. Please take the Zoom results from Techno.
Okay, one barley, one wood.
Please share this.
Declaring the winner.
Just tell us the number of votes that each candidate.
Navya got 13 votes and Kanav got 2 votes.
Thank you. So with this, I declare Toastmaster Navya elected as the president of Central Congratulations, Toastmaster Navya. Thank you. Alright, so we now move on to the next position, which is that of Vice President Education. I now open the floor for the post of Vice President Education. Anyone who is interested in running for this post may now. I think Toastmaster is there, raising his hand.
I know very much. I second it from you.
Okay. And so Toastmaster Sridhar is standing for the post of Vice President Education.
Can we nominate someone else?
Yes, but they need to accept it.
I nominate Toastmaster Arvind.
Okay. And does Toastmaster Arvind accept the nomination? Toastmaster Arvind is with us in the Zoom room.
Hi, everyone. I thank you for nominating me, but unfortunately, with some current workload that I'm having, I would say I'm suffering from the office work right now. So unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to accept it. I deeply apologize for this. I'm really sorry.
Okay. Okay. Toastmaster Ritwik.
With all the permission, I really want to nominate Mr. Digant for the post of the DPS if he is able to. I have some personal reasons as well as some career reasons, so I decline to accept any nomination for any post.
Okay. And do we have any other nominations from any other member?
Can we nominate a second person or put a nomination for second?
Okay, you can, but they need to accept.
The last one.
Okay.
Toastmaster Pooja.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Divan, for having that chance that I'll be able to take this up. But again, for family issues and other commitments, I will not be able to take this role.
Madam Lakshmi.
Okay. Thank you. Well, it's great to see that our members are supporting other members and pushing them to take that step forward. I appreciate you all for supporting each other. If there are any other nominations, now would be the time. Okay. Going once, going twice, going 3 times. Okay. Since there are no further nominations, we have a single candidate for the post of Vice President Education, Toastmaster Sridhar. I would request our Acting Secretary, Toastmaster Prabhu, to cast 1 vote in favor of Toastmaster Sridhar on behalf of the club.
I cast 1 vote on behalf of the club for Toastmaster Sridhar as the KDP.
Congratulations, Toastmaster Sridhar. For our next position, that is of Vice President Membership, I now open the floor for nomination. I see Toastmaster Raghav raising his hand.
I would like to stand for the position of Vice President Membership.
I second that.
Okay. So we have Toastmaster Raghav for the position of Vice President Membership. I also see Toastmaster Kanav raising his hand.
I would like to stand for the post of Vice President Membership.
Okay. Okay, so Toastmaster Sridhar second that. We have 2 candidates, Toastmaster Raghav and Toastmaster Kanav. Do I have a third nomination? Okay. Anyone from the Zoom room, if they wish to raise their hands, the tech master please may indicate. Going once, going twice, going 3 times. Okay, since there are no further nominations, the floor is now closed. And since we have 2 candidates, we will now hear their campaign speeches. We will first hear from Toastmaster Kanav. on why we should elect him. Please join me on this stage. You have 2 minutes to tell us why we should elect him. Toastmaster Ghana.
So there's a psychological concept, door in the face. Ask for a big thing which you won't get, then ask for a thing that you want to. So I actually wanted to take this role, and I kind of have some psychological facts. Why should one be a Toastmaster? Like one I told in my speech last time that to gain the person who says things positively is more be listened to people than who doesn't. And I have once experienced being a BPA education and other club.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ghana. We will now hear from Toastmaster Raghav.
I joined the Toastmasters Club because I wanted to improve my communication skills, make new friends, increase my network, and also meet people from different backgrounds and culture. I went to so many clubs as a guest in Delhi, and the vibe and energy I got that I wanted is the club where I'm standing right now. Since August, this club has given me so much. It has boosted my confidence. It has improved my personality and communication skills. Now I believe it's time to give a payback. So in the last tenure, I have served as the secretary of the club 2 months, and for this tenure, I would like to stand for the position of vice president membership. I have some few agendas in my mind. If I got selected, I would follow them. First agenda is ensuring that there is maintenance of the relationship of mentor and mentee, which is really important in the Toastmasters club. And the second agenda that I have in my mind, that acknowledging the existing members, that if they are facing any problem or issue, if they are, then I would just communicate with my EC members and solve that problem. And another agenda is getting new members in the club, which is, I think, the most important thing in a Toastmasters club, because a club is made by its members. I would ensure that members, the future members who are going to be joining the Toastmasters club are comfortable. If they want to know anything they have in their mind and solve their doubts, and 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 I ensure that I do my job with efficiency and zeal. That's all from my side.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ghana and Toastmaster Raghav. Now is the time for the members to vote for their next vice president membership. Please start your vote. The polls will be launched in the virtual room.
I will just comment for Okay, you can cast your vote. You have written the name. You have written the name. Everyone is cast.
Okay, so we will now wait for the results. In the meantime, if anybody would like to share your story or your version of one step at a time for our incoming executive committee, just a casual conversation to fill the time, please go ahead.
Maybe we can have a introduction by guest Kanika.
Yes, Kanika, please tell us who you are, how you got to know about the club.
My name is Kanika. I am currently doing my college from U, Shaikh Bhagat I'm third year. I got to know about this club from my brother. He also came here for a few Spanish classes.
Thanks, Kanika. I and many other members are also for your Delhi University. So we can catch up after the meeting and please bring your brother the next time. Do we have the results?
Toastmaster Raghav, 12 votes, and Toastmaster Kanav, 2 votes.
Thank you. I announced Toastmaster Raghav Luna as the Vice President membership of Cincinnati Toastmasters. All right, moving to the next position, which is of Vice President Public Relations. I now open the floor for nomination for the role of Vice President Public Relations. Do we have any nominations?
I would like to nominate Toastmaster Pooja for the post of Vice President of Public Relations.
And does Toastmaster Pooja accept the nomination? Okay, so we have our candidate Toastmaster Pooja for the post. Do we have a second? Let's take a few seconds to consider that. Okay, going once, going twice, going 3 times. Since there are no further nominations, I now close the floor. And since we have only a single candidate, I would like to request the acting secretary to cast one vote in her favor.
I would cast a vote from Candidate Toastmaster for Toastmaster Pooja as the Vice President Public Relations.
Okay, so I now announce Toastmaster Pooja as the Vice President Public Relations. For the next role, that is of secretary, I now open the floor for the role. Do I have any nominations? Yes, Toastmaster.
I nominate myself for the role of the Secretary of the Club. I second.
Okay, so we have Toastmaster this week for the post of secretary. Do we have a second nomination? Okay. Do we have anyone who'd like to nominate a second person? Going once, going twice, going 3 times. Okay, since there is only one person, Toastmaster Pradyum, our acting secretary.
As the acting secretary of Secretary Toastmasters, I would like to cast a vote for Toastmasters District as the secretary of Secretary Toastmasters.
So I now announce Toastmaster Ridwik as the secretary of Central Delhi Toastmasters. And for the 6th role, that is of the treasurer, I now open the floor for nominations. Do we have any nominations for the role of treasurer?
Aviral. Am I audible?
Toastmaster Aviral on the virtual stage has nominated himself for the role of treasurer.
I second the nomination.
Okay.
any other nominations?
I nominate Toastmaster Committee.
Okay. And does Toastmaster accept the nomination? Okay. Do we have any other nominations?
I want to nominate Mr. Ankit Sinha for the role of treasurer, if he wants.
Do we have any other nominations? Going once, going twice, going 3 times. Okay, so the floor is now closed and I request Toastmaster Pradyum first.
As the acting secretary of the Military Toastmasters Club, I would like to cast the vote for Toastmaster Will as treasurer of our club.
Okay, so now Toastmaster Aviral, congratulations. You are now elected as the treasurer of Central Delhi Toastmasters Club. And finally, for the role of Sergeant at Arms, the floor is now open. I see Toastmaster Kanav raising his hand.
I would like to.
Please go ahead.
I would like to stand for the role of Sergeant at Arms.
Okay, and Toastmaster District.
I would also like to nominate myself for the post of the Sergeant at Arms.
Okay. So we have 2 candidates, Toastmaster Kanav Puria and Toastmaster Ritvik Dash. Do we have a third nomination? Going once, going twice, going 3 times. The floor is now closed and we have 2 candidates. We'll hear from them. We'll hear from them in the alphabetical order of their surname. So by that, Toastmaster Ritvik will join us first.
Can I have a little bit of water and a little bit?
Sure. I'll take your role.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I can do that. It's okay. Just I need a little bit of water. Should I go?
Welcome Toastmasters to the 492nd meeting of Delhi President Toastmasters Club. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience for the members to improve their communication and leadership skills, resulting in great self-confidence and personal growth. Now, you just imagine someone coming on the floor in time, because if you have seen in the last of the month, I've been coming on time, and therefore, it's pretty likely that the meeting will also start in time. So meeting starts in time. Someone comes in the floor with that great energy, vibing into the meeting. Now you ask yourself, who should be the most deserving Sergeant at Arms of our club? It's pretty likely the great energy that I'll be able to inject will also be able to make the conversions under the membership department pretty much possible. So therefore, not only a great energetic meeting, but also a great consequence of that energy that you will see in front of you. Therefore, it's my request, if you feel that I deserve this post, please do cast your vote, and if not, my respect for your decision. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ritvik. We will now hear from Toastmaster Kanav Puria.
So my job is to introduce the president. Sergeant at Arms' role is to introduce the president. I would like to introduce our current president. So he joined on February 22nd. He talked about my cross and suits in particular. Then he won that. And on 22nd March, he gave his icebreaker. What are you afraid of? Then he gave another speech, which was, am I good enough? And when he became the president for the first time, and it was his first ever contesting anything, then He talked about Karmyo, his father, read books. He talked about his Independence Day, so he used to uh, have a big leg, so he used to march past at the first race, and he talked about making friends, like you should talk to people and just ask their name and about themselves. That's the best thing that you should ask. And also, in his speech, he talked about his bully, Doraemon, to be exactly. And that I would say I remember things I could do it well with her as well. So that's it.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gala and Toastmaster Ritwik. It is now time for us to cast our votes in favor of the candidate that we wish to choose as our next Sergeant-at-Arms. Our candidates are Toastmaster Ritwik Dash and Toastmaster Kanav Puria. Techmaster, to please launch the poll round 2. Since the votes are being cast, thank you everyone. Since the votes are being cast, I have a brief message to share. Firstly, thank you everyone for your patience. This is a ceremonial job that is done once every 6 months. I know this is repetitive, but this will ensure that the pace is set for the next 6 months. These are going to be the people who are going to run the club for the next 6 months. So your patience today and your decision today will decide how the club runs in the next 6 months. For all the new guests who are joining us for the first time, I know you don't have a lot to do today. So do join us next week to find out what happens in a regular Toastmasters meeting. And till then, please keep maintaining the decorum of a Toastmasters meeting. We don't have a parliamentarian role today, so I would request you all to refrain from any unparliamentary acts. Let us all, with patience, yes, please. We have a few guests joining us. All right, so my last message was to just bear with us and let us do this in the most graceful way possible.
You just take your back. Toastmaster Ritwik, 8 votes. Toastmaster Kanav, 6 votes.
Okay. So I now declare Toastmaster Ritwik elected as the Sergeant-at-Arms of Central. And with this, we come to the end of the election process. Please help me in congratulating the incoming executive committee for the next 6 months. President Toastmaster Navyaniti Makkar, Vice President Education, Toastmaster Hriday. Vice President Membership, Toastmaster Raghav Luna. Vice President Public Relations, Toastmaster Pooja Koteta. Secretary, Toastmaster Ritvik Dash. Treasurer, Toastmaster Aviral. And Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Ritvik. Please give the round of applause. Can I request our nomination committee chair, Toastmaster Ankit, to join me in motivating our incoming EC? Please share your words of wisdom with the incoming EC.
Thank you so much, Election Master. And it's a delightful just that we have got so suitable candidates for the respective DC position. And I hope that you will do justice with your role and our club will get so many awards in coming. All the best to you guys.
Since the officers are now elected, now is the time for their installation ceremony. Firstly, I would like to call on the outgoing officers who have been running the club for the past 6 months. They will be relieved of their duties. President, Toastmaster Pradyu. Vice President Education, Toastmaster Navya. Vice President Membership, Toastmaster Rajiv. Vice President Public Relations, Toastmaster Anmol. Our Secretary, Toastmaster Raghav Luna. Treasurer, Toastmaster Arvind. And Sergeant at Arms. Toastmaster Pooja Koteta. You all are relieved of your duties as the Executive Committee of Central Levy Toastmasters. Thank you very much for your service to the club and its members.
Yes.
With effect
30th of December, 12 PM midnight. Mountain time. 12 AM midnight, mountain time. 12 AM midnight, mountain time.
Okay. So you will be relieved of your duties with effect from 31st December 2022, 12 AM mountain time.
Mountain time? Yes.
Okay.
Denver time.
Okay, now I would like to request our incoming officers to join me on this stage. Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Ritvik. Our treasurer who is joining us virtually on Zoom, Techmaster to please with him, Toastmaster Aviral. Our Secretary, Toastmaster Ritvik again. Vice President Public Relations, Toastmaster Pooja. Vice President Membership, Toastmaster Raghav. Vice President Education, Toastmaster Hriday. And finally, President Toastmaster Navya. Please stand in that order.
And she is
Navya to stand on the.
yes.
And
Then Hriday.
And the tech master to join me with the laptop so that our can be here. So Anmol can join us here between Pooja and Ritvik. All right, for your installation ceremony, I would like to request you all to join me as I give you an oath. I'm here to install the officers of Central Delhi Toastmasters and to prepare them for the challenges that lie ahead. Their collective challenge is to make this club strong, dedicated to helping people from all walks of life in speaking in an effective manner, listen with sensitivity, and think creatively. I will ask each one of you to hold this gavel as a symbol of leadership as I briefly describe the challenges you must meet and the responsibilities that they must fulfill. First, our Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Ritvik. Our Sergeant at Arms, you keep the track of club physical property such as the banner, the lectern, signing device, and other meeting materials. You arrive early and stay late for time all the members equipment. You're also in charge of the meeting place itself. obtaining a new space when necessary, and maintaining contact with the people who allow you to use the space for the club meetings. Do you, Toastmaster this week, take the responsibility of starting the dance?
I shall take the responsibility.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ritwik. You may now pass the gavel.
With the laptop.
So who can hold it on behalf of Toastmaster Aviral? And Toastmaster Aviral may hold his hand to his heart.
I'll break the laptop.
All right. Toastmaster Aviral Aviral, the treasurer. You are the club's accountant. You manage the club's bank account, write checks as approved by the executive committee, and deposit membership due payments and other club revenue. You are also in charge of submitting membership due payments to World Headquarters, filing necessary tax documents, and keeping timely, accurate, and up-to-date financial records of the club. Do you accept the responsibilities of treasurer?
I do.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aviral. Please pass on the gavel to the next person. The next person in line would be Secretary, Toastmaster Ritwik. That's fine. Secretary, Toastmaster Ritwik, you maintain all records, manage club files, handle club correspondence, and take the minutes of each of the club's meetings and of the executive committee meetings. You are also in charge of updating and distributing a roster to the current paid members and keeping the club officer list current for Toastmasters International. Do you, Toastmasters Ritwik, are ready to accept the role of secretary?
I am ready.
Thank you. You may pass the gavel to Toastmaster Pooja. Toastmaster Pooja, Vice President, Public Relations. You promote the club to the local community and notify the media about the club's existence and benefits it provides. You promote the club, update their content, safeguard the Toastmasters brand identity. It is your job to notify the media whenever your club does something noteworthy. As Vice President Public Relations, you find yourself writing news releases, creating and distributing flyers, and maintaining the club's presence on the web and in the community. Do you accept the responsibilities of the role? No, sir. Thank you, Toastmaster Pooja. Toastmaster Raghav, Vice President, Membership. You promote the club and manage the process of bringing in guests and transforming them into members. By initiating contact with guests, helping them feel welcome, and providing them with the information they need to join, you help maintain a constant influx of new members in the club. You also attentively monitor membership levels and strategize with the rest of executive committee about how to overcome membership challenges when they occur. Do you accept the responsibility?
I accept the responsibility.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raghav. Next, Vice President Membership, Toastmaster Shridhar.
Education.
Thank you. Vice President Education, Toastmaster Shridhar. As Vice President Education, you schedule members' speeches, verify the completion of projects, and serve as a resource for questions about education programs, speech contests, and your club's mentor program. You are an important source of Toastmasters knowledge for club members, and it is your job to become familiar with all the aspects of Toastmasters education program. Do you accept the responsibility? Thank you, Toastmaster Shridhar. And now Toastmaster Navya, the President. Toastmaster Navya is now being elected as the President. And as the President, you are now the club's Chief Executive Officer and are expected to preside at all club meetings and at all regular and special meetings of your executive committee. It is your challenge to see that this club enables its members to achieve their education goals. It is also your challenge to see that your club helps the area, division, district, and Toastmasters International in meeting their goals. Please accept this gavel as a symbol of your leadership and dedication to office. This gavel is a symbol of your power. The authority is given to you by the membership of this club. Use it wisely and with restraint. You are a member of your club as well as a leader. A team is more important than a selection of people. Do you accept this responsibility? I accept. It is now my pleasure to declare these Toastmasters installed into the office of the Executive Committee with effect from 1st January 2023 to 30th June 2023, 12 a.m. Mountain Time. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It is now upon the incoming EP to take the legacy of the club forward. And on that note, I would like to invite back on stage Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Pooja.
Thank you so much. I think we had a lovely election meeting today. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shivangi. And now we will be having the business meeting. We will know shortly what is that all about. So for this, I would like to call upon the President, Toastmasters, to come to the stage.
Enjoying my fame while I still can. It is a very eerie and strange phenomenon, just as your term is coming to an end, as your presidency is coming to an end, you see tons of guests coming in. And trust me, you can't feel any happier than that moment. Moving on to a bit serious stuff. To build upon some context, just after becoming president in the June of 2022, we have been in a hybrid setup. We have since then faced a lot of advantages for this. Since the beginning, we have had a lot of guests coming in. Since the beginning, we have had a lot of members who were not able to join us physically, but they were present with us virtually in different states, different countries, even within the same state, they were not able to join us. But they were able to join us. Why? Because we were in the hybrid setup. While it has had its pros, now we are not able to completely focus on the pros as we don't see any more guest participation on the virtual stage. All of the members who used to come virtually because of the COVID cases, because of their certain reasons, have now started to come offline and started to experience the true essence of a Toastmasters meeting. Because of which we have now thought of deciding and raising the motion to move the Toastmasters meeting completely offline. I would like someone on the physical stage or on the virtual stage, I would like one of the paid members to raise a motion to either keep the meeting going as hybrid or move the meeting completely offline. That's
Can I go forward?
Yes.
I, Ritwik Das, a paid member of meeting, raises a motion of deciding upon the contention of whether the meeting should continue to be hybrid or the meeting should be changed to an offline session.
I need someone to second that motion.
I second that.
Thank you. Now, before going further and discussing all the technicalities of the same, I would like to take opinions of each of the paid members. What are their thoughts and views on the same? So, Mr. Shivangi, you would like to start off with this?
Okay, I feel that it is now time to transition completely to fully physical mode of meeting. And the challenges that I can point out on an EC's point of view is that the executive committee members have to be here at the venue at 6 and set up the room with the equipment. And when we started with the hybrid mode back in October 2021, that was when we used to have a 50-50 ratio and sometimes even more people join. But gradually, as we're now moving on with the impact of COVID, I've seen a major drop in the number of people joining online versus offline. As we can see today, we have a very big number of people offline as compared to the ones online. And keeping in mind these challenges, I feel that the time is now right to shift completely.
Thank you, Mr. Shivangi. Mr. Ligan.
Any member who joins the club because of the trust that the potential member is shown. So, like, if a potential member trusts the club, then only the person is going to pay the fee.
or in fact, I would say in a practical way, even a single paisa. And my point is that it's good. Basically, Toastmasters stands for the physical format, but there are certain members in the club who are not present in Delhi NCR, or there is less chance that they might be present. So, Mr. President, I have a request that we can move ahead with this proposal, provided if we can just take care of the trust that those few members who have joined through the virtual mode, if we can handle that, their trust, and do justice with that trust. Because even if one member is there, we need to take care of that person's feelings and trust upon the club.
I want to comment on that. Taking his arguments forward, I wanted to support him on his arguments, and an alternative for this. Let's extend this hybrid meeting till the next March 2023, because we have paid the fees for that particular time, and there are some really genuine members in our club who face a lot of problems in commuting on Tuesday. So let's continue to just do justice to their commitments that they have given us in the form of some monetary contribution. We really need it's a onus from our side to continue till next March. Even after that, during the next renewals, it will be the club's prerogative to how to continue, and their prerogative whether they want to continue or not.
I have one thing to add over here. Just one thing. Maybe we can give a cooling off period. Can you tell again the timing till which we are having
The coming renewals that March.
So we can give a cooling off period to them till March. That okay, we are operating in hybrid mode till March. We are going to help you out in every way possible in keeping the relationship of the club also alive, even if they are member or even after that, because of the sentiment attached. And also we will help them in getting into touch with the local Toastmasters club. This is my opinion. That I am putting it.
Will you be taking this into consideration, Toastmaster Anmol?
My thought goes along the line with Toastmasters is that we can extend this till the month of March. Then as Toastmasters the last till, we can help them find respective clubs in the city. That would work much better in certain ways. Plus, if we are extending this far, and we can give them a sort of warning, people who don't notice that it will be the online period will be ending after like March, and before that they can be mentally prepared about it as well, instead of being very abrupt about it.
And also preserving the relationship of the club with the members. That even after, even if you are not the member with the club, we would still love to have you.
President-elect Toastmaster Navya.
So I would like to say, we have already we were thinking of moving to completely offline mode since past 3 months, but by seeing the ratio before the renewal of September 2022, we had quite about 4 to 5 members who were completely online, who were completely online. So at that moment, it was quite manageable for the online members as well, and as well as for the offline members. But after renewals, I would like to mention, we just have one permanent online member. The others who are online in today's meeting are, everyone knows they are permanent offline members, by chance they are online. So it's very, the connectivity, there are many issues, connectivity issues. We have special meetings, we are not able to make Toastmasters Rashmi that much participate as we do offline here. So keeping that in mind, I genuinely feel that we should move to complete offline mode.
One contention to add to that. Okay. If that is taken into action, the other alternative that we can go forward is to maybe count the 3 months fees for what has been taken in the first renewal
and then settle down the next 3 months, that is January, February, and March, for another club that it is our owners to set up there, and then have a settling of the thing. Because if we are doing that, it's surely implementable because we have one permanent member, we can surely do that. But with her consent, with a consensual meeting with her or him, whosoever she or he or they is. So I believe it has to be reached to a conclusion. And in case we are implementing this, that is completely online, so we should balance it by a complete accountable audit of the funds that she was given, she had contributed, and with a 3 month calculation of how what it comes to the per month basis, settle down with another club in something near to us. And let's take the onus on our head to manage a better club.
Or otherwise, we can also work towards getting an online club forward.
In case she,
Definitely.
There are certain Toastmasters clubs who have decided ab initio that even after the pandemic period is over, we would still be operating in online mode, though we are in a districted club. Because online clubs are only allowed for undistricted, but districted for COVID, they were absolutely.
Can we resort to a consensual meeting with her?
So that is completely like, this is something we can do because there is a provision that we can transfer a member from one club to another at any point of the term. So that is something that we can do, and settling an account with her that you mentioned about the fees structure. So that is also something that can be applied.
And
onus will be on her to ask for the transfer. We can suggest to her, but it is not that we have decided to transfer her. It is we suggesting to her, and she saying that, okay, I am ready to transfer, and please suggest me.
We'll be coming to her, we'll be taking opinions from each and every paid member, and we'll be coming to Toastmaster Lakshmi. Toastmaster Raghav?
I would say that I would agree with the statement spoken by the Toastmaster with it, and we should continue the same for the month of March. After that, we can ask the members who are joining online, what do they have to do, what decision we have to make for this.
All right, Toastmaster Saurabh?
While I totally agree that real setup is more impactful in virtual setup. My only suggestion is that if we go through the online version also, we might I'm not looking at the potential because that's the only one. Because how much we need to set up our online, don't need much, right? So we can discuss more on this, like, and it's a good thing that we are giving a period of some time that very eventually we close it, the online version, that people can work to other or we take care of their needs. So that is the only what I wanted to say is that we should not give up on future potential members if we continue this on online.
All right, Toastmaster Ankit?
Our club name is the Central Delhi Toastmasters Club. What does it mean? It means that it is situated in Central Delhi. Before COVID, it was 100% offline. And the thing that we are practicing here, the skill that we are learning here, is in offline. Online was just a transition, just a temporary thing that was introduced. And we are not trying to become offline in just 3 months. We have been trying to become offline for last 3 months. And this thing has been extended time and again. So everything we need to looking not into the one particular person's perspective. It's all about the cost benefit analysis. Just look at this laptop, look at this stand, look at that speaker, look at that one more laptop. 3-4 persons are engaged, they reach at 6 PM, they remain there, they set up the net connection for what? Just 1 or 2 members. So as a club, we are more than 23 members. So we need to see whether it is worthwhile, it is cost effective, then only we should go for it. Rather not taking any sensitive decision, not any emotional decision. In any way, if a particular member has joined, it is Central Delhi Toastmasters Club. Sometimes it will become 100% offline. That is a certainty. We cannot remain hybrid because our finances do not allow booking continue for the unlimited. And just extending it another 3 months, just finding some way out. The burden will be on EC only. I am a member, I am coming at 45/7, I do not know what's happening. So basic burden is on the PC, basic burden is on the SAA or other person who are regularly attending meetings. Because it is a tedious task. Just understand one thing. Timer is engaged, tech master is engaged. What they do? They launch polls, they launch ballot. By what time they're not focusing on the stage. So actually they are using their time, just managing time for some online members. So we need to understand that all members are here for learning, not for arranging setup for other members. If we have 5, 6, 7 members are there in an online setup, it's worthwhile. If one or two, I do not suggest it, we should just continue this thing immediate effect. Rather than cost part, you can say it's a 50-50 thing. 3 months, approx 3 months, heavy left, 3 months to go, and since that online member is attending in an online mode only, any online club can do the purpose. It's not necessary that we maintain that technical setup just for 1 or 2%. Maybe they could be 2%. But if we want to expand, because I have seen our club spend 45. What we are doing right now, we are not having enough place because our BP membership, BPPR, and all other persons are busy in that matching technical setup. The moment you become part of this whole thing, then you understand, you become so puzzled because you have to maintain the setup. Sometimes bandwidth is low, sometimes your voice is not coming, and these things do happen. So either I believe that hybrid mode is just an illusion. Either you are online or you are offline. If you have that kind of technical setup, if you are a corporate club, you have that projector, you have that speaker, you have that mic, all these things are there. Remain hybrid. It's because we're not paying for it. Separate persons are there. But here, members are giving their time. Because a tech master is sitting over there, his eyes are always on the screen. Where any person is raising his hand. So we should understand his pain also. So it should not be an emotional decision. It should be a rather fact-based decision. Where we are heading. It's not the end of world for that online member. Many clubs are online. That person can join any club. We can refund the fees. We can adjust the fees. All things can be worked out. But just deferring the decision for another 3 months, just asking a time, I don't understand this. What to the
Toastmaster Rajiv.
So I think I would agree with what you said, and my interaction with guests so far has been that I've always moderated them consistently, because the whole idea is to get the fear out of their mind, their heart. So my interaction, I've always moderated them to come with me. So I hope with what Ankit said, we can discontinue this setup immediately, because considering the fact that it also involves the cost and the manpower of the club members, which could have been utilized for just self-development. So maybe next president can think over it, or maybe this meeting agenda, we can take upon that we should implement this system. For one member, I think we can always take upon how to.
It's not making sense actually.
Yeah, that's true. I totally agree with
I suggest if you can just take the facts on ground. I would be honest over here. We are just speculating the situation right now. If we can ask Toastmaster direction.
Yes, we will be coming to her towards after everyone, we will be coming towards her. Toastmaster Kana?
I would agree with
All right, Toastmaster is there?
After that, Vishnu will be open. Because like there's activity that many online people are not able to attend.
All right. Toastmaster Pooja?
I completely agree with what Toastmaster, Devang, Ritwik, and Ankit sort of said. Even though there are some members who will never be able to attend meetings offline, and online is the only way they can attend the meeting, it will be very unfortunate. But understanding the pain area which EP has to go through about carrying and ensuring everything, that's a lot of hard work that goes in every week, ensuring the speakers are charged, laptop has to be carried, and a lot of other things. So definitely, I think we need to see how we can convert this into complete offline as soon as possible.
All right. Toastmasters.
Well, I'll take some time and then try not to speak this. But I was one of the first proponents to propose this idea of transferring into a complete online setting up back in March when there was a business meeting. Until I was objected by Mr. Karthik Bhatia that maybe the trust and credibility that we have with our members may be shaken a bit. I would take his account, take his point here today also. For every decision, there is two pillars: idealism, pragmatism, practicality, and being very ideal. So in this aspect, when we got to be practical, we really need to understand that a utilitarian approach has to be followed, as the majority decision has to be taken. But because the majority decision has been taken, doesn't mean the minority will find no place. So here comes the pragmatic also, that we need to also poke a bit of sympathy in the people who are a member of a club. So let's not use words like only one member, because even if there is a one member, he or they are at the end of the day a member of our club. So let's have a sympathy of not using certain words while we are speaking in a very formal setting. Second, as far as the finances are concerned, I really understand that, and I do go with a pragmatic answer. That is, if the club wants, we can either go from it right through from January itself, or if some people do not, from after March. But surely the online meeting is the only way out, because as far as the pragmatic analysis is concerned, we have seen that so many years, empirical analysis has to be also done. So we have seen this hasn't worked, and we got to actually go into online setting. Question now comes, when and how the step has to be followed. So for example, there are two concerns right now, two wings to the question, to the answer. First, either go ahead and do it in after March, or do it right now in January. Now the way it has to be done, if it's done in March, everything has to be done with great trust and credibility and sympathy, because there will be a question mark on the trust and credibility of our club. So there has to be a consensual meeting with, if any, permanent online member of our club, and after a consensual meeting with great sympathy, trust, credibility, and consensus, we have to have the onus of taking her conditions under great consideration. And for that, we need to both take the practical decisions in the concern and also be very soft when we are dealing with any of the members. So, given the two answers that I've just said, the two conditions, if we are to follow anyone, there has to be a mandatory meeting with the member. Second, in case we are doing so from one of the members, being one of the members of the club, I also request there be a sort of favor for someone like that kind of a person, because she or he has been a very integral part of the club. So this things have to be understood. We should take a pragmatic decision. We should take a practical decision looking into the finances, but with sympathy, so as to not lose the trust and credibility of a club, because that is also very important. That's all.
Mr. Presiding Officer, I have just one point to add. Before all of this, deciding all of this, if we can put a stop on accepting any new online membership. It is to be noted that the membership in a Toastmasters club happens by invitation. As per the rules and regulations of Toastmasters International, any person who is willing to join a Toastmasters club is invited to join the club as a member. So if we can ask the resolution that we will accepting or inviting any member, any person to become an online member. First, we should stop the growth pipeline on a practical way. Mr. President.
We would be discussing that in the next coming agenda just after this. But before that,
we would want last one first. Whatever we do, let's do that with full consensus and sympathy. That's what I would do.
Thank you. We will be moving on to the virtual stage. We will be asking Toastmaster Rashmi to speak towards the end. Toastmaster Arvind, I can see Toastmaster Arvind. Toastmaster Arvind, what is your opinion on the particular motion?
I'm actually okay for both the things, but having said that, it has to be decided among the EC's member, because they have to carry all the luggage and all that. I've seen it. It's always so that's their challenge. They have to decide collectively what's going to happen. and I'm happy to take any decision on it, whatever the ECs would take on this. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Do we have any other members, or shall we move on to Toastmaster? Toastmaster, all right, Toastmaster Rashmi, please share your opinion on this motion.
A very good evening to all the CDTMites. What should I say? First of all, thank you very much for considering this matters in such a judicious manner. You people are taking into pros and cons and everything. Last night, Pradyumn had talked to me and he had brought into light the problems that are being faced by the EC. As far as I am concerned, see, I had joined this club on condition that I would be allowed to participate till the term ends and no questions would be raised. And as Ritvik had said, obviously, I would prefer that till my term ends, I should continue, I should avail this facility. But because I have developed a bond with all the members, they are like my family members. If the problem is too much, you people are facing a lots of problems, then also I would say that I need time. As I had talked to him also, that I would need time unless and until I find a suitable club, because I wouldn't like to shift to any club just for shifting. So unless and until within this span, at least 1 month should be given to me so that if I find a club earlier than that, I would shift earlier. But if I take time, then I should be allowed that time to find out the right club for me to shift. And I also request other members who are sitting here and the president also, the EC members and other members, they should also take into consideration if they know about any good online club, they should directly message me, inform me so that I can visit those clubs. And then only I can decide that which club to choose, because I have been listening to you people. The discussions, I have heard all the discussions that you have been going through. And yes, I have realized that some of the problems are really genuine. But only thing is that you were carrying on this for till now, and you could carry it further for some more time till I become comfortable. That is my request, because I don't want to force upon the members that if you are really feeling uncomfortable, then I also have to consider your problem. That's it. I don't have any other issues, because obviously I cannot be there as a physical member in the meetings, and you people want to enjoy the meeting. Because of one member, it is being said again and again, and every member is emphasized that because of one member, they are not ready to face these problems which they are facing, or they do not want to carry forward with the hybrid mode. So again, I would like to say it's okay, but I need time. That's it.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rashmi. Now, I definitely do understand Toastmaster Rashmi's concern, and for that specific matter, we would be taking a month's time to ensure that Toastmaster Rashmi gets a club, Toastmaster Rashmi is shifted to this club, all the dues, all the accounts have been settled, and only then will we be taking a further decision to move completely offline or staying hybrid after taking into consideration the proposal of Toastmasters began, that is to first block the membership pipeline on the virtual stage, if that has to be done or not, and post that, if that vote has been declined, if the voting continues, we will then be moving on to the completely physical mode. With that being said and done, 8:50.
We can now proceed.
All right. With that being said and done, I would now like to call out a vote, not exactly a vote. I would like to now close, recall out a motion to close this discussion. Can someone raise the motion to close this discussion?
I repeat that the member of CDTM wants to raise a motion for adjourning the business meeting. I second that.
Thank you. With that being said, I would like to call upon the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Pooja. You can have a little table topic session for the guests.
Perfect.
All right. Do you have some topics ready?
I can come up with table topic.
Wonderful, you can. So, okay. So for the guest, specifically, now we have an impromptu table topic segment. So I'll quickly tell you what table topic is. Basically, our table topic master, who is going to be Toastmaster Digant, is going to give you a topic on which you can speak for about 1 to 2 minutes. And that topic will be given to you when you are here on the stage. And Toastmaster Digant will decide the topic. It is going to be a completely impromptu speaking. This segment will give you a feeling of how it is, a feeling of public speaking, a feeling how it feels when you have to actually come on stage and you have to like make up stories. So with this, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Digant on the physical stage.
Thanks, Madam Toastmaster. So friends, I remember the time in my school years. During those times, we were in the elite school and most of the kids were sons of either a good businessman or a good politician. And we used to have a lot of mischief. But when we were caught, that was the real test. Because then we have to make excuse to save our neck from the teacher. That's where I realized that probably the skills of table topics can come handy. Because in that case, we have opportunity to work towards saving our neck and also not being caned on that day, or as I would say that our principal used to send love letters regarding our achievements to our parents. And the principal's office was called Blue Chamber because it was having the walls as blue. So everyone was so scared of it that many people would just be 50 meters away from there because they don't want to be caned. So in that case, I think table topic helped me out. So what is table topic? Randomly from the members of the audience, I will be calling people who will be coming here and I will be sharing with them about a simple topic. And they can express their views upon that. Just simply put, whatever is going in your mind, just let me tell you a fact regarding that. Whatever is going on in your mind, just share with us all about that. Mind it in a parliamentary manner. Because we can understand some of the boys like me might be having some of the things that might make many people. And that's why police is deployed in front of our house. So now let me welcome on the screen an experienced Toastmaster. Let's welcome, I know this person will definitely be swearing on my life, but okay. Toastmaster Navya, to come on the stage. Toastmaster Navya, imagine a situation in which you are a traffic police cop of Delhi police. Okay. And you have got a flying saucer, a UFO, who is breaking every single traffic rule. How you plan to handle that UFO? Mind it, aliens are in space.
So handling a flying saucer by a traffic police cop, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Digant. So, firstly, if I imagine the situation, so I'm not someone who travel by road on a daily basis because I am a student. I prefer metro, like for certain reasons. But like if I imagine the situation, in fact, I'm not even able to imagine like what would I do. So, can you repeat the topic once again?
How you will handle a UFO which is breaking traffic rules in Delhi on Delhi road? Okay, let me give you another topic. Just taking one more initiative. Share with us. Okay, we know that you are studying traveling related course. So share with us about your first solo trip or the first trip that you had. Toastmaster Navya, first travel, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Digant. So sharing about the travel stories. So my recent trip was to Andaman. I went there last year with my family, and amazing trip. Like we planned. It was my parents' 25th anniversary, so we went there for a week. And I haven't left even a single blog on YouTube before going there. Researched every single YouTuber, blogger, travel bloggers, read all the articles, and then visited that place for a week. And after, I went there last year, so after moving from Delhi with complete restrictions of COVID, and then moving to a place where everything is open and no pollution. In fact, it was like you are living an island life for a week. So it was definitely a different experience. And yeah, that's it. That's to Toastmaster Digant.
Thanks, Toastmaster Navya. Your personalized story is reminding me of my friends who are angry still with me for ignoring them when they were planning a trip to Andaman. So, just taking one more Toastmaster over here. Help me welcome on the stage Toastmaster Pooja. So friends, in Toastmasters, we have learned more than 300. Trust me, I have lived to do that. So today, Toastmaster Pooja, imagine if you are a salesperson for an air conditioning company. How you will sell an air conditioner to an Eskimo? Selling an air conditioner to an Eskimo. Toastmaster.
Selling an air conditioner. Well, when I think of the word selling, forget about who I need to sell, whether to a human or an Eskimo. The idea of making a sale or even starting a conversation with a client gives me a goosebump because selling requires really a lot of influential skills. I think to sell any product, not just AC, even to sell a pen, you need to have a skill because given the level of competition that is there in the market, it's quite a task to be able to sell anything. And that's the reason why I come here every Tuesday to develop that communication skills so that one day, hopefully, I will know the art of selling and then I'll be able to talk on this.
Thanks, Toastmaster Pooja. So, as we all know that we have some of the skills in Toastmasters that tells us how we can persuade a person to do a particular thing. In fact, I would just like to say that people have taken, sorry for quoting this on this forum, but people have even been so influenced by influential speakers that they had knowingly taken the poison that was in front of them. This is the power of persuasion. But I urge all of you to use it in a good way. So let me call on the stage
A guest. A guest. So please.
Would you like to call randomly or would I tell the name?
No, it's my prerogative. I will be calling. Ma'am, you in the last.
Yes, Nisha.
It's okay, Kanika. We are just here to share our thoughts. Kanika, right? So, Kanika, share with us about your favorite childhood memory. Kanika.
My favorite childhood memory is playing Stapu outside my house. We used to have a chalk and all my friends in the colony used to come and we used to draw it on the road and then later used to have competition that who is going to win how much. And my house is basically midway main road, so cars used to come and go. So whenever car used to come, we have to stop and restart it. So that is my favorite.
Who used to win the most?
Huh?
Who used to win the most?
I don't remember that much, but my big sister used to win almost every time. I remember.
And what was the thing?
Stapu, 1, 2, 3, 2. Stone you have to, and maximum time we were not able to locate the stone, so we used to play with sharpener or eraser, something like this, small, which we can throw and which can run.
Oh, can you tell us more about that? Any funny incident that you might have experienced?
I can't recall that right now.
So going with the balance, setting up the balance. So ma'am, in the last. What's your name?
Nisha.
Nisha. So Nisha, what are you doing for the profession?
The parents.
Okay. So Nisha, how can you motivate me for preparing for UPSC civil service? How to motivate a person for UPSC civil services? Nisha, just share with us about that. How you will, why I should go for it.
The civil services gives you power and authority to deal in the district and to control and control the district, and you can make a change in the society through this service. And of course, if you are in the service, you can also have additional benefit for yourself also. That's why I want you.
Any specific incident of a person who has got benefit, who has made changes to the society that you like most?
There are many civil servants, IS officers who have made many changes in the society. Like the IS officer P. Narhari in the MP, who has made many changes in the lives of many persons with disabilities. They have started a schools for them and provided them employment opportunities so that they can live a better life. So these changes we can make from by joining the civil services.
So friends, as we can see that we all have our own stories, our own reasons to share. Most of these things, many people might be connecting with too. So it's better if we share about them because we don't know who might be agreeing with our points. If a person agrees with our point, accept it happily. And if a person doesn't agree, accept it respectfully and move it. Now, let me call on the stage Ma'am Second. Hi, Shelja. So you are in Tech Mahindra.
Correct.
So Shelja, share with us about the time when you were facing extreme workload and how you handled yourself, your team, and emerged happy.
Okay, thank you. Hi, everybody. This, this particular situation, we have it every day. So, considering when it comes to me first, of course, I am a people manager, and then, you have to be self-motivated in terms of, to handle a team and people as well. So, first you have to be motivated, then you have to keep your people's motivation level up. And by, there are different ways also that you do it. Because, let us say, I'll give an example. I handle 250 people for that matter. And so in a way, I can say that we handle 250 issues in a day. Everybody comes from different background, everybody comes from different skill sets, though the idea and the goal is to do a certain type of similar work every day, but the mindset and the skill set is absolutely different every day. So, and somebody is having some personal issues or anything for that matter, and you have to deal with it. I think that's all about it, right? I mean, you have to understand the situation, then deal with it. I can't talk about 250 situations there, but yeah, that's what you actually, you gain with experience. That's all I can say. So that's all about it. Thank you.
So, friends, Shelja reminded me of an incident in Toastmasters. If there are 10 people in a room, can anyone guess how many communication styles are there? Let me take this question to another level to make it more clear. If there are 10 billion people on the earth, I don't know the population of the earth, sorry. 8 billion. Huh? 8 billion. 7. Okay, taking the average of it, 7.5 million. So 7.5 million people are there, billions people are there on billion. 7.5 billion people are there on earth. So how many types of communication styles are there?
I would say infinite. You can't.
Okay, you are near to that question. Shelja? Come on, Toastmasters. At least I was expecting an answer from you all regarding that. There are 7.5 billion communication styles. At least have some mercy on the people. They can't have infinite number of communication styles. But that reminds us of the variety of people. And that also reminds us of how we can effectively use the skills in Toastmasters and more effectively handle the situation. With this, I am calling on a Toastmaster on the screen, on the stage, sorry, not screen. And let's hear from that person about it. So let's call our today's election officer, Toastmaster Shivangi, on this stage. Toastmaster Shivangi, can you share with us about what work you are doing?
I'm currently a third year student in the
So, Shivangi, share with us about the time when you had to handle your friends who were having different opinions about a specific thing.
Well, we were once in a society meeting. So in Delhi University, you know how it is. More than lectures, we attend society. More than subjects, we have society. And if you collectively count all the presidents in the world, more than that, you will find presidents in Delhi University. That's about Delhi University. And like I've shown you the diversity of this university. As the diversity, there are many opinions, many opinions. You can find those opinions on the walls of Delhi. You can see DUSU written on the walls of Delhi University with the various opinions. So it's not just limited to the college, within the walls of the college. You can find the opinions of Delhi University. outdoors throughout Delhi. Having said that, that was in the lighter mood, but on a more serious note, Delhi University is also a place that has given us many leaders. This is one of the largest universities in the world, and it has a very strong alumni base. So one such time when I saw many people having opinions was when we were in a society and we had to decide something to introduce. So back in the days, there used to be ragging, there used to be official ragging where you're told that this is what you have to do. So nowadays, there isn't exactly ragging. There is what you call a freshers orientation. And in the freshers orientation, what do you have to do? You are randomly grouped up with the people you never know, and you've been told that this is a product, you have to sell this pen to you have to sell this AC to an Eskimo. So that is how it goes, right? And so now you are shifted into a breakout room as it happened to me back in COVID. And that is when people had their opinions. They had their different ideas. This is how we should do it. This is how we should do it. And well, how did I handle the opinion? I left the meeting and I told them that I have an internet issue. Mr. Development Master.
So friends, what we can see from Toastmaster Shivangi's speech is she recognized the diversity of people that are there. And she took that in a positive manner. She spoke about it in a positive manner. About such a contentious, such a tricky topic regarding the variety of presidents in Delhi University. I should not go much into details, but she took it in a creative manner, in a positive manner, and spoke about it. So, recognizing the positive, recognizing the light when there is always dark, everywhere darkness. That's one of the qualities of a perfect Toastmaster. So, help me call on the screen, on the stage, Mr. Toastmaster District. So Toastmaster District, share with us about the time when you had to convince your friends who were completely opposed to your opinion. How you convinced those friends, any incident, how you handled those people and convince them to your Toastmaster. Thank you so much. Well, it was those times in my school days. I was a so-called, boiling blood youngster, and my friends were unfortunately some conservatives, but I was a liberal. So there were some contentions on women wearing short dresses. So I was one of those guys who was a member of this feminist organization in our school. So I was this, coming in and taking participation with women and raising flags of feminism and doing all this sort of stuff, which I now also do pretty much. But in those days when I had my friends were brought up in a very patriarchal setup because they had this authoritarian child rearing practice going on in the family. So surely those ramifications is something that you can see in them also. So there was one of these things where should be given the independence to wear whatsoever dress they want. So I had a very clear view, yes, they should be given this liberty, but they had certain different contentions on it. They said that maybe the dress is something that will convey how cultured you are and some whatsoever the conservatives always tend to go forward with. Now, what I noticed a very important thing is all of them had sisters at their house. Though I never had a sister at my house. I have a brother. So while they were going into doing all these things, that is it right or is it wrong for women to wear a dress, whatever they want, I just put a very simple question to them. If your sister, who's also having her own opinions and she ought to, if she chooses to dress up in her own way, what will your father do and what will you do? So they had put themselves into questioning, and I was about to conclude my motion in such a way that surely all dresses cannot be worn at all places. You cannot wear maybe a suit at a crematorial ceremony, a funeral ceremony. You've got to wear something white. So surely keeping up the geographical and the same time the conditions, the ceremony, a woman should dress. But at the same time, as far as the revelation of the body is concerned or the skin is concerned, it is a woman's choice. That's what I had a contention of, and I end up proving that, making all of them gloomy with gloomy faces. And I put up the feminist flag very high. Thank you so much.
So friends, I learned that how Toastmaster actually handle this situation. This reminds me that, like we heard from Shelja also, that there are different people. Toastmaster doesn't teach us anything that has come from a different planet. It teaches us how we can do the same job more effectively. It doesn't teach us how I can be the world's best orator. It teaches us how I can share my thoughts with other people and probably work towards changing anyone's life, towards motivating someone. I remember one friend who was giving a speech on the stage about his exams. And one of my other friends was really sad in a Toastmasters meeting. And being aware of the situation, I knew that person is going through terrible depression. And you can understand he might take some extreme decisions. But once the speech was over, the sad friend was saying, "Oh, there's some hope. I think performing worse in the exam is not end of the road. Probably we saved one life. Probably we saved one depressed mind from getting more depressed or even more." So with this, I urge everyone that let's explore the skills that are there in the Toastmasters. Let's explore the ways that are there in the Toastmasters. Even a single word that's written in the Toastmasters curriculum is as valuable as anything else, because it can tell us how we can do the simple thing in a different manner and become more effective. With this, I conclude my session and hand over the screen to the presiding officer.
Before concluding the meeting, taking into consideration Rashmi ma'am's point of view and every member's point of view, I would like to raise a proposal. For shifting the mode of the club meeting to completely offline from 15th of January. During this phase, from today to 15th of January, we, as the current EC and as the upcoming EC, will make sure that Toastmaster Rashmi finds a new club. Till the point she finds a new club, she can attend our meeting. She can attend our meetings and she can find a new club. Within this 1 month, we as a club EC will make sure that all her accounts, all her dues, everything is settled. And before 15th of January, Toastmaster Rashmi is completely satisfied with the trust that she has endowed in us and with the trust that she has in Toastmasters International. For this specific purpose, I want to take the vote for the same of the audience on the physical stage, of the paid members on the physical stage. We do not have members on the virtual stage. Do we have quorum right now?
No, I think 25, 30. The number for the virtual members are there.
Do we have
There are
13.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. One member. I don't know. Yes. So we have one member.
Is there anyone outside?
Okay.
You can ask them to join also.
All right. So we have 13 members. We have.
You can ask Toastmaster Ankit or anyone else to join online if you wish to continue with this.
Just make a
I
call.
can-
Make a call.
Yes, please ask Toastmasters to join. Toastmaster Anmol, can you please empty the ballot box? So while Toastmaster Ankit is joining, I would like to raise a proposal for moving the mode of Central Delhi Toastmasters meeting to completely offline from the 15th of January 2023.
I second that.
Thank
I
you.
second.
You need to vote.
Okay.
Yes. All those in favor for the motion, all those in favor for the motion on the slip of ballot, please.
Can we also invite Toastmaster Rashmi back?
Could you please call.
And
So we should write for, against, right?
Yes, you can write yes for the motion and you can write no, as in you do not wish to move the mode of the headlight Toastmasters meeting to completely offline from 15th January.
What if in the 1 month time, they are not able to find?
In that case, we would be making sure that we have another business meeting to change the vote that has been done today. Toastmaster Anmol, can you please prepare the vote on the virtual stage? Please, yeah. Proposal for shifting the mode of the meeting completely offline from 15th of January 2023.
मैं अपना आरक्षी
Have you? She's joining. Toastmaster Ankit is joining.
And check it. यहाँ काट के
Has every paid member for the club voted?
for the people who will join us right now, could you please repeat?
Yes. Toastmaster Rashmi is there. Toastmaster Arvind is there. Is Toastmaster Ankit joining?
Yes.
Has Toastmaster Ankit joined?
Not yet.
And everyone has voted, right? Everyone on the stage, physical stage has voted.
Has everyone voted? Anyone is left or not?
All right. Have you voted for Ankit, sir? Or would Ankit be voting on his behalf? All right.
Proxy कर दो ना। कोई नहीं रश्मि मैम के तो कोरम बोलो।
Sorry.
रश्मि मैम के तो कोरम बोलो।
For the sake of Toastmaster Sanjay and Toastmaster Rashmi, could you please
Yes.
repeat?
So, for the members on the stage, Toastmaster Rashmi and Toastmaster Arvind, we have raised the proposal to shifting the mode of template Toastmasters meeting to completely offline from the 15th of January 2023. Within this time frame of 1 month, we, as the current EC and as the upcoming EC, will be making sure that each online member, Toastmaster Rashmi and other members, are transferred to a different club of their choice, and all their accounts and fees have been settled, and their club membership has been transferred. If this does not happen within 1 month, we will be taking another vote on the 15th of January to reverse this vote. So, for the proposal of shifting the mode of Central 8 Toastmasters meeting from the date of 15th of January 2023 to completely offline, we are raising the vote on the virtual stage. Toastmaster Rashmi, Toastmaster Arvind, could you please vote for the same?
We have one vote and one more temporary left.
Okay.
So, please answer me.
Toastmaster Rashmi, have you casted your vote?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
Toastmaster Arvind, have you casted your vote?
Yes, I have.
Thank you. While the votes are being counted, I will take this moment to give my concluding remarks. Not as the last presidential address, I hope not. I would like to take this moment again to give 2 tips to the upcoming EC. First one, blame is the most useless concept you could ever come across. Blaming someone never helps, it never works. The last one, when people don't do something, you can always make them do something.
We had 13 votes. We had 13 people, all of them saying yes to the motion.
All right. Since we have a full majority for the vote, we will now be taking the mode of Central 8 Toastmasters to fully offline from the 15th of January, making sure and completely ensuring that Toastmasters Rashmi and other online members have been transferred to a club of their choice and their accounts and fees has been settled by our EC. Thank you, everyone. With that being said, I would now like to request the guests to stay till the end for guest briefing. I request everyone to come on the stage for group photos.